Hi folks, good to see you again. Quite a lot has happened since the last time I saw you. I've moved the boat to a place called Parbold. There's not an awful lot going on in Parbold. There's a railway station, a super expensive Morrison's local, a couple of good pubs and half a windmill, which you'll see in the photos at the end of it. So along the way the boat has had its engine serviced because the engine had already done 50 miles. Aren't there? And when I got to Parbold, one of the good things I thought was the back of the genocidal ducks. There weren't any more genocidal ducks. But unfortunately, a couple of days later, they've turned up, and I'm pretty certain they've followed me in some kind of Hitchcock way, because the group in Burscough were 4 males, 1 female, and what looks like a domesticated white duck, and that's what has turned up here again today. The ducks have obviously been studying Pavlov. Every time I go to a window on the inside of the boat, every duck who can see that window and see the shape of me appearing in it thinks they're getting fed bread, and they all make a beeline for the boat. Swans, however, have a more subtle tactic. They swim up to the boat and stretch up high and tap on the window saying, "Feed me." And just because I know I've got your interest now in all things ornithological, I went for a sail with another boat the other day, and there was a heron fishing off the side of the canal. And as the boat got to within, 5-10 metres of the heron, it dived in, grabbed a fish and returned to the bank. And apparently what the herons do is they wait for the boat to flush the fish out of their hiding places and go fishing. As soon as the heron had finished the fish it had caught, it flew, and I didn't measure it, but I'm guessing maybe 50 to 100 metres further down the canal, and took up position again, waiting for the duck to reappear. Waiting for the boat to reappear so it could flush out more fish. The weather has definitely been crowded house between Burscough and Parbold. It's not so much 4 seasons in one day, although I've had plenty of that. We've literally had sun, rain and hail on consecutive days. But it's more like take the weather with you, because everywhere I'm going this weather's following me down. You'll see in the pictures, at the end, photographs at the end of this, the boat now formally has a name on her sides and on her stern. My new great friend Harry Mitten, who's a sign writer out of Liverpool, came out first of all to Burscough and then to Parbold to finish her off. The photographs don't do his work justice, because aside from the cream letting, he's done red drop shadows but in 2 different shades of red, and it really does make the sign ping out. Harry normally does shops and bars and things, but he will do boats, so if anybody needs a sign writer, I'll put his details down at the bottom and you can contact him. His work really is superb. So one of the other things that's happened to me is, I don't know whether it's hijacking or an act of piracy. My original plans when I got the boat were to spend a few weeks on it, getting used to living on the boat and how the boat works and how the boat handles. And then when Wigan flight, which is a flight of 21 locks, which you have to do in one day, opens at the end of March, I was going to start bimbling my way back up to Leeds, with a plan that I would probably, having gone up the Wigan flight of 21 locks, never want to come down again, and therefore never bring the boat back down to this part of the world. However, a friend of mine on another boat called Kevin, that's the friend, not the boat, said, why don't I do the Leek branch of the Leeds-Liverpool Canal and go onto the Bridgewater Canal first, because it's a good sail with hardly any bridges and whatever, and then do that before turning back to Wigan and heading off in the general direction of Leeds. So I thought, okay, why not? I'm probably not going to bring the boat down here, I'll do that. But those plans have now been further hijacked in that when we do the Leek branch and the Bridgewater, there's another wide beam and another narrow boat going to follow me down to do that. And then 2 narrow boats, my boat and another 2 wide beams, were all going to Skipton. 3 of the boats are even bigger drinkers than me, so I suspect that's going to be quite an expensive trip. But there'll be plenty of boats to meet, plenty of people to share the work and whatever as we wind our merry way up towards Skipton, which we think might be May or June. Who knows? Thank you for joining me. I hope you will continue to follow me. Don't forget to like or subscribe if you haven't. As I say, I'll put Harry's details down below if anybody needs a sign writer or knows somebody who needs a sign writer. And I'll leave you with a short video clip of the journey from Burscough to Parbold in 46 seconds and some of the photos that I've taken along the way. Take care, have a good time. Bye now.